Hello. I just want to give you all a quick introduction to the attendance assignments. I know we're pretty well into the semester, but just to make sure that we're all on the same page. So this is the attendance folder that I've created. Just to make sure everyone's on the same page, you go to course content. There's now a folder for all the attendance files. You click on attendance files, and then you can click on the attachment. Enable editing. All right. Once you open the attendance file, you can see that there's a blurb that basically explains the idea of what the attendance assignments are. I want to leave that for you guys to read by yourselves, but I do want to go over some quick summary notes. The first step is selecting your company. No subsidiaries, so basically it has to be a parent company. No private companies because you won't be able to find information on them. And no companies based outside the US because the reporting standards are different between countries. Next, you must claim your company before any attendance posts. If you don't have a company that you've claimed, you will not get credit for any post you post after that. So this means if you miss the first week, that's fine. You'll lose those attendance points, but you still have to go in and claim your company before you can post it for week 2, week 3, and week 4, and so on. So make sure that you claim your company before you do anything else in the attendance. That said, only 5 people may have the same company. So if you go in and you're one of the last people to claim your company and you claim a closed company, all posts on that closed company will be a 0. So you need to make sure that the company you select is an open company, i.e. does not have 5 people who've already claimed that company. Typically what you'll see in the form is you'll see on the claim your company or the first week, you'll see that I update my post to reflect which companies are already closed. So right now that's Nike and Apple. Next, you want to post on the same company every week. If you post on a different company, then you'll get 0 points. The goal here is for you to have a deeper understanding of a single company, not a breadth of understanding about a variety of companies. So make sure when you select a company that you're ready to work on that company from now until the end of the semester. Next, you must post the correct information on your company. If you don't post the correct information, I will take off points. If you post, I can't find it or the information is unavailable, that will be a 0. So it's really important to make sure that you don't just do a quick pass, and if you can't find it on the first website that Google brings up, that you don't just say, I can't find it. You have to actually dig for this information, which is part of why in the original section I tell you don't do subsidiaries, don't do private companies, because it'll take you too long to find this information. Next, post may not be longer than 3 sentences. It's usually something that'll work itself out after the first week and people get a few 0s, but the whole point is that you should be able to look at a lot of information and summarize it. The goal here is for you to be able to give me a pretty good amount of information very briefly, so I don't have to dig through a bunch of text to find the answer. So like the first week is tell me the name of your company, where it's located, what year it was founded. I don't want a long story about the company, I just want those specific pieces of information. Any post that's longer than 3 sentences is going to be a 0. And part of why I have here that they must be grammatically correct sentences is that means that if you post a run-on sentence, I will count each chunk of that run-on sentence as a sentence by itself. So if you have 2 run-on sentences and then 1 regular sentence, that would probably be about 5 grammatically correct sentences. That will be a 0. Finally, posts are due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. With this being an attendance thing, I don't want you to post early and I don't want you to post late. The goal is for you to check in each week to let me know that you're still participating in class and make sure that you find a little bit more information out about your company. So to that end, early posts and late posts will be awarded a 0 grade. So if you post all of your posts early, that's a 0. If you post your posts late, that's a 0. Now, one thing to keep in mind, there's nothing stopping you from compiling all of this information and having it ready to go. You just can't post it in the forms early and expect to get credit. But there's nothing wrong with compiling that information and having it on your computer ready to post as soon as the next week starts. If you have any questions about any of this, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Have a good day.